just to absorb extra pressure. And that, generally speaking, sits on the wall, I understand, around about the top. But before I sit down, drink of tea. Tea is important. Keep hydrated. Because it's useful to know.
just a creature in the night. Pulling up my sheets, feeling underneath. Same thing gives me a fright. No better than the beast hiding underneath. It's you, hiding from the freak you are next to me. It's you, same thing every week hiding underneath. You're just a creature in the night. You're just a creature in the night. Wanna be so tight until you see the sky. It's up to you, don't want me more than 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Pulling up my sheets, feeling underneath. Same thing gives me fright. No better than the beast hiding underneath. It's you, hiding from the freak you want next to me. It's you, same thing every week hiding underneath. It's you, hiding from the freak you want next to me. It's you, same thing every week hiding underneath. You're just a creature in the night. You're just a creature in the night. Wanna be so tight until you see the sky. It's up to you, don't want me more than 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Pulling up my sheets, feeling underneath. Same thing gives me fright. No better than the beast hiding underneath. It's you, hiding from the freak you want next to me. It's you, same thing every week hiding underneath.
And respond to people in chat than it is to just do a monologue. And after all in to see you cut yourself, and then leave when they find that you're not going to. Things like that are good. Relatively slow because I don't do very rarely do I do sort of out of the if there is anybody in chat, feel free to say hello, because one of the things is I don't know you're there. All I'm doing here is just laying the wool down in sort of reverse order so that the needle wool is coming off the top of this pile. The wool to the needle comes off the top of the pile rather than the underneath of the pile, so that way it doesn't pull the whole pile and get into big knots and things. Good evening. Nice way of saying it. Thank you. Oh dear. Oh, sugar. I know what it... Yeah. It's been sort of an eventful day. Something had to go wrong, didn't it? I tested the mic before the stream. And I was sort of doing two things at the same time. Tested the microphone, it was working. I muted it because I was just doing a couple of other things. I pushed the record button as I normally do just before the start of the stream, and then forgot to push the mic button, didn't I? I will, not yet, I will get a light stack. Red, yellow, green. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably use an Arduino or something and connect it to my computer. Connect it to OBS so that when it sees my microphone muted, I'm going to make the big red light in front of me glow brightly. Muted microphone. That way I might remember. I did start thinking you were serious, okay? I really did. Because I know the microphone is a little hot, but it's set to a sound level called 0 dB, peak at 0 dB, and it brick walls at that, so it won't go above it. But some people do think that's quite loud. At that sort of level, compared with a number of other channels. Of course, a lot of other channels are actually have their mic gains too low, but and the music's kind of balanced around the microphone level as well. So I thought I'll just check in case I accidentally, because you know it's a nice mic. It is loud. So I just looked and thought, I can't actually see that mic moving, meter moving, and then I looked across and saw the little red X next to it, and of course you then saw me realise that's what was going on. So no, I didn't, but then I did. So I said, well, I did say, you didn't hear it, but I did say, nice way of putting it, Wolfie, you got me on that one. So I have been broadcasting for 48 minutes, 45 minutes without a microphone. The odd thing is though, I am recording the microphone here. I think it records even when it's muted. You streamed without a mouse? I stream all the time without a mouse. I don't have a mouse connected to my computer. Oh, no mic. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, yeah, they're the same. But you don't stream with a microphone. You could have been right. I mean, as I say, I don't stream with a mouse. No mouse here. If there was, I'm sure Theo would have caught it by now. But no, I use a trackball, so You could have been. You see, at the moment, I can't tell you serious, can I? You could have meant mouse. I think you can only get away with that when you're playing a game, or if you're doing sort of a real live stream or something. So it's just sort of broadcasting whatever the camera's looking at. But so I have spent a lot of wasted time on this stream telling nobody apart from myself about the disaster this morning. Actually, it was a lucky disaster. I can't work out if I've been lucky or unlucky. Because it's kind of both at the same time. The unlucky event was lucky. Because there's now snow in the UK, or there's now snow in Yorkshire in the UK. Kind of the first time it's laid over the past week. They've been sort of threatening us with feet of snow, as you were aware. And today is the first day. Kind of woke up and there was some on the drive. So I decided I'd go out and clear it before anybody walks on it, because it's really easy to clear before people walk on snow. And to get out when I'm clearing snow, I go out through the garage. I walked into the garage this morning, and as I walked into the garage I went, I don't think that's supposed to be there. And part of our hot water heating system, which is a tank, was on the floor. It should have been 6 feet up on the wall, which was the unlucky part, because there was twisted pipes and bent pipes and crushed pipes all over the place. The lucky part was none of them had fractured. They were all intact. If even one of them had fractured a little bit, we'd have had water all over the place, and it would have been quite serious and would have potentially destroyed quite a few belongings. So I was quite lucky. Yeah, I don't get any viewers though without the mic. I don't get many viewers with the mic, but it's the games you play, you see. I was actually talking to myself about that on the stream, not 5 or 10 minutes ago. Trying to, I was just sort of thinking as to, what is it that people actually seem to like watching it in creative on Twitch? I don't know. It's certainly changed a lot over the past 2 to 3 years. At one time, anybody who was doing something different got a lot of people watching. So, me doing this, for example, would be different and would have had a lot of people watching. People who were doing just drawing, for example, because there were a lot of people doing drawing, didn't get as many views. And now I don't know. It almost seems to be people who are doing drawing get all the views. Yeah, but I'm kinder than that. I don't force people to watch me. A lot of the a lot of friends don't actually quite understand why I stream in the first place. A lot of them don't actually, well, most of them don't actually sort of see anything particularly interesting about watching people do things like this, or even watching people play games. So I don't think I'd stand much chance in forcing them to watch. And they're getting to the point here where I have to unroll a little bit more of this canvas. More tea. Definitely more tea called for. Mind you, Wilfred, there is another difference between me and you. I'm an associate and you're not. But keep on streaming and you will be before long. If you got 3 people watching, you are an associate. Okay. Today? Oh, well done then, congratulations. Oh, and you're even hosting people, you're getting fancy. Yeah, you are indeed. Well, good on you. Congratulations. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you just proved it. You're better than I am. So what? Maybe forcing people does work. That could be true as well. But I'm logged in. Why didn't it say follow? Oh, I know why. Because I haven't followed you. Go on. I literally usually only follow people when I have a reason to follow them, like I actually like watching them. Not that I don't like watching you, I just haven't seen much of it yet. But there we go. That's one more. It is a thing with Twitch. The more people that watch a channel, the more people will watch the channel. It's one of these things that where did I get up to? Three words then coming back. Okay. Yes, that's probably true. Definitely. I mean, I'm somewhat older, and kind of a different set of interests, as you say. But by definition, if you like, almost you will be better because, I mean, effectively, I've been streaming for 2 years. Okay, I know. I mean, I actually got the associate about 2 months after I started streaming again. So, and I'm guessing a lot of that was based on the history before when I was streaming before. Because when I stopped streaming, I used to regularly have about 12 to 15 people watching, but then I stopped for a year, and it's never been that good since I came back. But you've done it in just a few months. It's just another day, Wolfie, just another day. A number of times, because I'm 50 plus now, and the number of times people say, on your birthday, they go, "How do you feel?" Well, apart from answering with my hands, my usual answer is a day older than yesterday. Should we come over? Yeah, right. Time starts going faster, but God blimey. I'm over twice as old. So what does that make? Go on. I'll ask the question. What does that make me then? If you're old at 20, nice side slip there. Nice side step. Oh, yeah, it's a nice answer. I don't mind. I don't feel any different to when I was 20 or even younger, so it's largely speaking a state of mind, I think. One of the advantages of being older, though, is I have more money than when I was younger. 33 days, just over a month in April. "33 days, that's April the 1st, isn't it?" No, I can't add up. Actually, yeah. Well, it could be. Calculation error. So the end of March. Well, as I'm likely to forget, I will wish you a happy 20th birthday now, and hope you have a good time on the day, because after all you'll be a day older than you were the day before. It's a good idea, Wolfie, not necessarily to make such information public. I mean, I know I could have done the maths, but just from the point of view of people these days, you know, with identity theft and things like that, knowing a birthday is often like a question, you know, an account recovery question and things like that. Yeah, but you're a year older than a year before, indeed. And I'll stay away from some of the older jokes about how old you feel. It is for identity theft. It is one of the key pieces of information. You know, things like banks and stuff like that, for example, will use birthdays, you know, with as like a security question and things like that. So. It does pay to think about what information you make public. It is something that sort of happened to me about 10 or 15 years ago now. I don't know quite, it wasn't anything to do with a birthday or anything like that, but somebody did manage somehow to order something with my credit card, and they'd done it online, and they'd even They've even gone as far as to get the telephone line diverted in order to be able to sort of like, and you know, if anybody rang up about it or stuff like that, to be able to answer it. So okay, well, you know, let's say quite a few do, and stuff like that. And if you know, if people, for example, were to apply for a bank loan in your name, then one of the questions is often, you know, to do with age, just because that helps them determine risk and stuff like that. So, but yes, cats, dogs. One trick, by the way, for answering security, or when you first answer the security questions, and it's things like, you know, when they ask you sort of what's your first dog's name, for example, as a security question. Just because they've asked you your dog's name doesn't mean you have to answer it as your dog's name. Just because they ask you a question and they record the answer that you give against that question. Doesn't matter what the answer is. So, you know, if somebody says, if the security question is, what's your first dog's name? And I don't think they would do, but it doesn't matter, you know. What was the first street you lived on? You make up your own question for that and give it the answer. So you might say a cup of coffee is the answer, and that makes it even harder for people to guess things like security questions, because with things like, you know, what's the dog's name, people will do things like look on Facebook, for example, and see if you put your pets' names on there and stuff like that. And so if you make up, you know, a completely different answer to the question, it makes it almost impossible for them to be able to do that. Even if they do find out the name of your first pet, then it's still the wrong answer. Okay. No, we don't. It's I mean, we do have social security numbers and NHS numbers, but they're not really an identity number like that. They do identify us, but they're not an identity number. With the company that I work for being involved in quite a bit of internet security and stuff like that, then we quite often get a lot of information internally, like, you know, classes and stuff like that about security and identity theft and fraud and this sort of thing. Okay. Your social security number is a secret number that you give to everybody to prove who you are. Feels kind of ironic. Yeah. I guess kind of the nearest thing in the UK would be a passport. That's often used as identity verification. That and a driving license. Although that used to be quite an interesting thing. UK driving licenses now carry a photograph, but only new licenses. If you have an old license, if you've had a license for a long number of years like I did, and you've got no reason to update the license, then they used to be just paper. Fancy paper, but just paper. And no photograph on them at all. And the number of times when I've gone where I've needed to sort of prove identity and they've sort of said, you know, a driving license will do. And it's kind of, are you sure a driving license is okay? And they're sort of going, yeah, driving license is okay, you know, don't need a passport, anything like that, just a driving license. And I have on more than one occasion sort of fallen into the temptation to troll them. So what I've done is I've gone in with my driving license, which didn't carry a picture, and you know, you've gone in and they've gone, okay, can we see your driving license? Yeah, no problem, here you go. It doesn't have a picture on it. Yeah, no, it doesn't. But you didn't say you wanted a picture, you said you wanted the driving license. I even explicitly asked you if if the driving license was okay. You didn't want something else. But I asked you twice. That's what you said you wanted. And I have gone as far as to say, well, you know, if you can't, you know, I've provided what you've asked, and you're no longer providing what you said you were going to provide. Therefore, bye bye. Too late. If I've been feeling nice, or it was something I really wanted, I'd take my passport in at the same time and go, oh well, would a passport be better then? Okay, yeah. Passports always have those, as far as I'm aware. But yeah. Yeah, if your passport's missing its photograph, then you don't stand a chance. Well, certainly UK passports now. The photograph is actually printed. I'm going to say printed directly onto the paper. It's not even a photo. It's not like it's a scanned photograph. They scan it now, and because you still have to supply one when you apply for it, but they scan it and actually print it directly onto the page because as a security measure against people that would replace the photograph of a valid passport with somebody else's picture. I wonder if I can clamp that down there. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. clamp the end of this, clamp it up on in, and I don't have to have quite so much material loose. What I will do is I will get some clamps out so that I can clamp that material. I will do it now. It's in the box, I think. Yes. Get some clamps out. That will clamp that, which means I won't pull quite so much. Oh dear. These weren't triangles. Well, they are now. I forgot. That's annoying. Pencil. Do I have my pencil? Yeah, pencil. Okay, have I put the pencil away? Hello, Thea. Right, so these weren't pencils, they were kind of darts shaped things. Do I want that symmetrical? No, I don't. So we'll do it this way. So I think we'll start by doing some of those nail triangles. Change the wool. So what colour do we do first? Do the green. That dark green, yes it is. Ah, dear. Ah well, not I can do about it now. It's too late, I'm not pulling them out. I'm still annoyed with myself for forgetting these weren't triangles. They were supposed to be dart shaped, but now that I've got two different colours in there, they have to be triangles. You don't know what happened? What, while you were away? Not a lot. I'm annoyed with myself because having unrolled this canvas a bit more, I got to see that these triangles that I was got here weren't triangles. I'd intended them to be dart shaped, so this was all one piece, as was this one here, so I should have done it all the same colour and this one all the same colour. But now that I've done two different colours, I've had to sort of mark them out into triangles, so I'm kind of annoyed that I forgot. Right, well, that is now a triangle. It was supposed to be a dart shaped, but I forgot. Sometimes called a kite shape as well, sort of, no, quite what you... Oh, I know what I should have done. I just thought of a design for a carpet, for a rug, and that would have been the start. This shape. I was looking at them from sideways, which is from sort of the edge, the long edge here, and it's a kite shape, or it's sometimes called a dart. But what the thought just crossed my mind is it's got the wrong curve. These are straight edge rather than curves, but it resembles the Star Trek symbol. And what I maybe should have done on as a rug is just that big symbol in the middle of the rug. But then I'd have had to get some more wool for that. So maybe something like a nice dark blue background with a gold Star Trek symbol on it. That would have been nice. And maybe perhaps in the dark blue background every so often do something like a white or a couple of white loops like stars. That could have been quite nice. As I said, I've had to buy wool for that, but which I'm not doing at the moment, but that would have been that's an idea for the future. I shall have to write that down. Hmm. Twenty to 9. And what I might do is do this black up as far as I can reach. And may call the end of stream at that point. But we'll see how we get on. So just changing now change the colour. Do this new triangle. So this is how you change what would have been potentially, you could call a disaster, into, that's what I intended in the first place. It's how you hide your mistakes. By pretending they were they're meant to be like that all along. Do that quite a bit with pyrography. With carving, you just carve it again. But so we'll thread this. There we go. Right, and roll this up a little bit so that I can get hold of it. Now this colour was meant to come, the same colour was meant to come all the way down, but because I started with two different colours, what I've done is chop it there. So that's then a triangle, and this will be a triangle. So we'll move to triangles. Yeah, okay, and the background comes in there, so don't go any further than that. Ignore that pencil line because that's one that doesn't apply. Getting a bit of cramp in my thumb holding this rug. Roll it up a little bit, see if I can make it a bit easier to hold. There we go. It's a bit thicker, so it might be a bit easier to hold. Okay. That's your local time, isn't it? So, in a few minutes' time, then. Is it no mic again tonight, or are we actually going to have some speech on your stream tonight? And what is it you're going to be streaming? And if you feel like it, although you're perhaps the only one in stream, but feel free to put your channel up there. Oops, let's not pull that thread. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's always a good enough reason. So what are you going to play? I say, I'm just making an assumption that you're going to be playing a game. What are you going to play tonight? Rainbow. That's a cross between both of them. Rimworld or Rainbow. I've not heard of Rainbow. Oh, unless you're talking about Rainbow Six. Is it Rainbow? Or am I thinking about completely the wrong thing? Yeah. Okay, so that's the back, and there we have the front. Oops, sorry about that. Now, that's become triangles, and we'll carry on from there. So I'm actually going to stop at this point. Tomorrow, do a bit more on the black, fill the white out, fill this green out, and then going back to the background again. And then just carry on. It feels like it's making more progress now. It's not going any faster than it was before, but it just feels like that, just because they see there's quite a bit done. And sort of once these triangles are done here, sort of most of the row is covered, so the coloured wool will go quite fast, that area just to fill in around it. But for anybody that's watching, then thank you for doing so. Tomorrow night's stream will be from approximately 7 PM UK time, that's GMT at the moment, and hopefully we'll start more or less on time. It is subject to me being able to complete my evening meal in time, but we'll start as soon after then as I can. If you follow me on Twitter, @Zaraganat, I do tweet when I go live, and if I can't, I'll also tweet, most of the time anyway, if I'm in a position to do so. And of course, following me here on Twitch will get the notification from Twitch, and it helps out the channel. If you want to help out the channel further, there's the 2 further buttons to the right hand side there, proceeds of which go towards the materials and the channel itself, in terms of things like a new camera at some point, one that doesn't wash out and stuff like this might be quite good, as could a different camera stand. But time and saving. So with that, if you are still watching, I recommend you go and check out Tuvana Wolfie there, who will be broadcasting very shortly, either Rimworld or Rainbow, and give them a follow. They've just got those buttons at the top, just become an associate, so let's say hello and welcome and congratulations. With that, I'll hope to see you on the stream tomorrow evening. Bye for now.